What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Ominous back at it again, and today we got a very special video for you guys. As you can tell from the title, I am doing a rankings video. Finally, it's been a long time, and this is a video where I rank from worst to best every Battle Pass skin from Chapter 5, which should be easy, right? Nothing subjective, I hope. Anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new, and use code OMEN in the item shop, because if it ain't Omen, it's most likely broken. And with that, I will see you all later. Peace out. Coming in at 32, we have Megalodon. This was a tier 100 skin back in season 3. I'm not a huge fan of big body skins, and no editor, don't play Blastoise, please. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you have been spared. Anyways, this skin itself, it reminds me of Bane once you use the email, but it's kind of a letdown for a tier 100 skin. I can already imagine the hate comments on this one, but I expect a lot for a tier 100 skin and not a big body Bane. Then at 31 we have Poseidon, which I understand why Fortnite went with the fan service route, but still, Poseidon would have been so cool. Even the fan art was amazing, but instead, Fortnite just gives us a slime skin. Really, Fortnite? Really? At 30 we have Ringmaster Scar, and the only reason why this skin is on here, I hope I don't disrespect the furry community, it's simply because it's just an IRL furry skin. Look, I love Cuddle Team Leader, but this skin, why is this lady dressed up as a furry? Just why did Fortnite do this? We could have just went with a Wasteland version of Cuddle Team Leader, but instead we get a furry skin in IRL, basically, in Fortnite. Don't know why Fortnite did this, but it is what it is. Then, at 29, I choose Peabody. I love the approach Fortnite went with this skin. They obviously had an obsession with fruits and vegetables as skins, which there is a whole plethora of options for them to choose, but really, peas? I mean, grapes would have been a better option, especially the amount of color styles they have. Fortnite, if you're watching this, there you go for a future skin. But anyways, Peabody. At 29. At 28, we have Rust, which is a big buffer version of Rust Lord. Fortnite enjoys throwing this skin out for some reason and making so many versions of this skin. But it's a nice design, and at least Fortnite went with a different style choices and even changed the design of the t-shirt, which is a unique touch. And the super level styles add another touch as well with the added color. I'm just burnt out by the amount of Rust Lord skins they dropped, but this one is the best one in my opinion. Now at 27, we have Montague, which is one of those skins people don't really use, but at one point was the Emma Frost skin, since they love the brilliant cut style for some reason. To be honest, I'm not a fan of this skin. Never used it once until today. At 26, I chose Captain Jones. I love the approach and expected Fortnite to use this Jonesy skin to represent Captain America, but that's all I can really say. Fortnite could have made a whole new Captain America skin, but would have overshadowed the other Marvel skins in this Battle Pass, which is my favorite one, right behind the OG Marvel Battle Pass. But Jonesy as Captain America, it's just an okay skin, and I mean, I'm just burnt out by the amount of Jonesy skins that were used by Fortnite. At 25, I went with Medusa. Now this skin on paper and looking at it, it is really cool. The amount of detail that they went with this skin, but it feels like it's unfinished. I just felt like Fortnite could have put more effort into the design, and if you were to use the super styles, it just looks awkward and doesn't fit in, but that's just my biased opinion. Coming in at 24, we have Bright Raider, which is a different style variation of Bright Bomber. More specifically, it's a Wasteland version, which does look amazing. I always love battle damage skins, and this one is pretty, which brings me to my next topic. Epic could have easily made a Wasteland Cuddle Team Leader, which would have looked pretty sick. Just think about it. At 23, we have the T60 Power Armor. I am getting hate for this, but it's a cool skin, especially if you played Fallout. But for me, I have never played it, and I'm not a huge fan of big body robot skins because they have a bigger hitbox, but it's still a cool addition from Fortnite to add the skin, especially as a Battle Pass skin. Then at 22, we have Vengeance Jones, which again, another Jonesy skin, but this one is pretty cool because of the styles it has. We have a normal basic version, and then the dual tone, and lastly the cell shaded style. So it's pretty cool Jonesy skin right behind Agent Jones. Coming in at 21, we have Aphrodite, which is a pretty basic of a design, which people may like, but not the most well-liked skin in Chapter 5 Season 2. When you considered also the concept art for the skin, it was so amazing. But Fortnite this season was so lazy with their designs. I feel like they just gave up with it, but the fan art and the concept art for the skin was so amazing, but really Fortnite, why'd you have to go lazy with this one? At 20 we have Nisha. It's a fencer skin who has so much customization. You can change the color of her outfit to either white, black, and pink. Then there's also the super levels, which don't get me started on that one. Then you can customize the mask too. I mean, it's a nice skin, but very forgotten. When people think about Chapter 5 Season 1, they think of either Hope or Peter Griffin. Then at 19, I chose Valeria, which was a tier 100 skin in Chapter 5 Season 1. It's a nice skin, but I honestly don't remember what she did in this story. I mean, I lost track of it after Chapter 2 Season 6, so yeah. Not sure if she's a villain or good guy. Going to assume she's a villain, but don't know. At 18, I went with Hope, which is the most important character in Chapter 5, and she is an alright skin. I never used it. My only complaint is she has no leggings and wears those ridiculous socks, but that's pretty much it. Now at 17, I chose Oscar the Tiger, which has a bunch of styles, and I'm pretty happy that he looks amazing with the super level styles. Now, he looks pretty menacing, especially how his eyes glow with the super styles, and you can change his color too, and it's a great skin to use. 16 was an interesting choice, but I chose Zeus, and I find the skin to be underwhelming since I wish he had a longer beard and looked more menacing instead of Fortnite, which made him look so kid-friendly and young that it really does disappoint me, but it's still an alright skin. Now, I know people will be upset with 15, and that's because I chose Korra. Yeah, I haven't watched Avatar since I was a child, but that was so long ago, and now I graduated out of college with a full-time high-paying job. But Korra, it's cool that they added her, and that's it really. So from here on out, it was pretty hard for me to rank the remaining skins because they just were, and at 14, I went with Machinist. It is one of the best tier 1 skins, especially the amount of styles she has, and even the super level styles she has, and how it fits her, and especially the Wasteland theme that Fortnite had for this season. I mean, it was just executed well for them. Then at 13, we have Hades, which is the definition of a true villain right here. Of course, similar to Zeus skin, they made him look so kid-friendly and cartoony, but they could have made it more menacing. But I understand all this work for a battle pass skin. The super levels for the skin just doesn't really look right. At 12, I went with Wolverine, and this skin is more of a meme slash fan service, but you guys can understand why I put it here. It's still a pretty cool design, and I get why Fortnite went with Wolverine to represent Wolverine here for the Marvel Battle Pass, but still though, it's okay with Battle Pass skin. Then at 11, it's Artemis, which is one of those skins that looks amazing, especially the color choice. Even the mask too, just perfectly done, but again, the super levels just look so awkward. Like, why were they so lazy with this one season? Now at 10, we have Cerberus. Now, I know I already said this, but this is one of the coolest tier 1 skins. The amount of time that Fortnite put into the design and compared to the rest of the skins for this battle pass baffles me, but it captures everything, the cartoony style plus the menacing look. It's just perfect, and you get it straight away. Then at 9, I went with Snake, which if you ever played Metal Gear Solid, you know who he is. And he has 3 different styles, regular, classic style, and him with goggles, and the old man Snake. Happy that Fortnite brought this skin into the game. It just fits so well with Fortnite. I'm happy that they brought him in. Now, if you have been paying attention to the Battle Pass, you already know what's coming next, but I will just say it. Skins from the Marvel Battle Pass in Season 4, it's amazing, and the reason why I say this is because each of these skins are underrated picks that Epic chose. And to be honest, they could have easily made a Steve Rogers skin, like the one from Avengers Endgame, but instead we got a Jonesy as him. Props to Fortnite for the selection that they made, because every skin on here you easily can distinguish and are fan favorites to some, which you don't even know who the main leader is for the Marvel Battle Pass. I mean, the main villain is obvious because it's Doom, but still, you do get my point. At 8, we have War Machine, which is a great counterpart skin to Iron Man, and especially how he has the Iron Patriot and the camo style, and plus the super levels look great on him as well, and you can easily remove his helmet as well, so very nice for Fortnite to do this. Now at 7, we have Mysterio, which is a nice choice for Fortnite to use. Never expected Fortnite to ever bring this skin into the game, but it looks amazing, especially when you factor the 3 styles he has. The only letdown he has is he doesn't have any super levels, but it is still a nice skin. Then at 6, it's Magneto. Now this is a Wasteland version of this skin, so pretty nice for Fortnite to include this skin. I'm happy that they made this skin, and if you're not a fan, then there is always a regular comic book style, but the Wasteland Magneto just looks so much more menacing than the cartoon comic book style. At 5, we have Emma Frost, which she does have super level styles, and she has a regular white outfit, then the diamond, and of course the Black Queen. I haven't used this skin at all, only for the videos, but back then people people loved using her. At 4, it's Shuri, which I'm happy that Fortnite made this a skin, and honestly it feels more of an item shop, but the fact that we get this as a battle pass is still pretty cool. She has a built-in emote where she can transform into her suit, and recommend turning off reactivity. The super levels look great, and even the purple and white style looks good as well. Overall, a very deserving tier 100 skin. At number 3, people will be upset with this placement, and I chose Doom. Now the only letdown to this skin, it only has 2 different styles, that being the all green Doom style or the Pandora armor, which looks better than the all green. The all green style just looks silly. I mean, come on. Does he think it's St. Patrick's Day? But I wish they added the white and gold style, like the Doom from Chapter 2. Cool that they added this skin as the villain because he deserves it, and it looks menacing, and especially it just fits well with what's going on with the Avengers movies, so very well deserved. At number 2, I chose Gwenpool. Now this skin I never heard about until she came to Fortnite, but she is an IRL girl like us. She read a bunch of Marvel comics and got sucked in, and she has these amazing powers, not going into full detail, but you get my point. This skin has so much styles, and you got her once you buy the battle pass, which makes her a really great tier 1 skin. You can change her shading and even her outfit, which I love, by the way. And last but certainly not least, I chose Peter Griffin. Now when I heard he was coming to Fortnite, I didn't believe it, and when he finally came to Fortnite, I was surprised since he comes from an adult rated show and he's a boss during season 1, but happy that Fortnite brought him in, and even the styles they chose for him are good. Now as you can tell, each of these skins come from some of your favorite seasons. Maybe not season 3, but you get my point. You could tell how much Fortnite put into these skins when you consider season 2, which they really went lazy with the designs, and the rest are good, even the Marvel season. But yeah, I'm done with today's video. Till next time, and peace out.